Well, have you ever heard of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC?
We're back, and you can fight me on my thoughts on The Smashing Machine. Directed by Benny Safdie, The Smashing Machine tells the story of Mark Kerr, one of the earliest names of the UFC. Having earned a reputation as an unbeatable force in the ring, Kerr himself was far from indestructible. Living in a toxically codependent relationship with his girlfriend Dawn, Kerr struggles with addiction and his own ego as he attempts to stay atop of the emerging world of fighting. Alright, obviously the big talking point of this film is Johnson himself. Known for big blustery films like The Fast and the Furious, or Central Intelligence, or Jumanji, or Moana, the artist formerly known as The Rock, really goes against type here. Because, you see, this is the sort of film that you would expect to be this big, rollicking action film. But this isn't Rocky. As a matter of fact, it's more like Marriage Story.
Do you hate each other when you fight?
Absolutely not.
This isn't a role that commands for bravado or being a force of nature. In fact, Safdie demands the opposite of his performer. And amazingly, Rock is up to the challenge. You see, as Mark Kerr, he absolutely disappears into the role. He changes his vocal style, his body shape. But more than that, he offers a performance that is raw and humble. It is the antithesis of everything that we've seen from him before. He absolutely strips away every layer of himself as a performer. And that's what absolutely makes this remarkable. This isn't just the best performance of his career. This is one of the best performances of the year, period.
There's no way I can't write that.
Why?
Why? Because my tummy. You know what that would do to my tummy. I would get sick everywhere.
No, it's about perspective.
But to be fair, Johnson isn't alone in this. This is very much a two-person film. And Blunt is utterly remarkable as his on-again, off-again spouse, Dawn. She presents Dawn with a complex fragility. At sometimes she's this incredibly supportive being, and at the other time she's a toxic force, and she seems to waver between the two. And when they're together, they absolutely sparkle. There's a level of trust between them that is utterly remarkable. You know, whether they're going toe-to-toe or cuddling on the couch, you believe in their connection. And the scene with them in the bathroom is absolutely gut-wrenching.
I promise that I'm going to make this up to you.
But I also have to give them credit because very rarely do they dial up their performance to an 11. At most, this is a sort of relationship that we know is codependent and toxic to both people. And we just simply don't know what to do about it. We just watch them drag each other down. It is so hard to watch and so beautiful at the same time.
Do you want some more?
Yes, you can stretch me more, yes.
Too much?
Never.
But that's part of the magic of The Smashing Machine. You see, this is a sports movie that isn't a sports movie. Safdie uses the sports backdrop to explore the fragility of the male ego. Kerr is a man who truly believes he cannot lose, but inside his heart, his soul is broken into pieces. And as a result, he has to keep winning. He has to maintain that high for fear of facing the demons that he has within.
Winning is the best feeling there is. It's 40,000 people, and they're cheering you on. There's no other high like it in the world.
Perhaps the best illustration for a film like this is the Japanese art of kintsugi, which the film uses. And that's the practice of taking a broken bowl or broken vase and piecing it back together with liquid gold in the hopes of making something more beautiful. This motif is used for both Mark and Dawn in different ways, ranging from their relationship to their personal goals. These are both two broken people who need help coming back together as a couple and as individuals, even if they're afraid to admit that about themselves. However, there's beauty that can be found in the healing of their scars. It's ideas like this that make The Smashing Machine such a remarkable achievement. Safdie gets the best out of both Johnson and Blunt and creates one of the year's most compelling dramas. You see, this isn't a movie about fighting your opponent. It's a movie about fighting within ourselves. And that is what makes this film utterly smashing. The Smashing Machine is in theaters on October 3rd, 2025.